Lisa there, a guide dog, a volunteer. Great job she and many others are doing. That's it for the moment. Coming up next, I'll have all the day's top business stories on World Business Report. Stay tuned.
Now on BBC World News, the latest business news from across the globe. World Business Report.
Tesla hits the accelerator and delivers a record 1.3 million vehicles in 2022. However, that figure still leaves Wall Street disappointed. And a stark warning from the head of the IMF saying a third of the global economy will be in recession this year. Hello, welcome to World Business Report. I'm Samantha Simmonds. So let's start with Tesla, because the electric car maker has produced and delivered a record number of vehicles in its fourth quarter. Still, though, Tesla missed its target of increasing annual deliveries by 50% or more in 2022. Our Asia business reporter Katie Silver has been crunching the numbers and explains why the financial markets are disappointed.
We saw last year Tesla made a record number of vehicles, about 1.3 million in the year all up, and that's a huge 40% rise on the year previously. Now, the problem, though, is the fourth quarter. We saw the electric car maker, the world's most valuable car maker, make more than 400,000 cars, but it missed forecasts. And one of the issues here for the company is that of delivery. Tesla has 4 different factories around the world, 2 in the US, 1 in Germany, 1 in China. But the problem was there was about 30,000 cars in that quarter that they couldn't get to the customers. Elon Musk had said that he was going to try and see how they could solve this issue. Now, the other problem as well for the company is that of the forthcoming economic slowdown that everybody's been talking about, as well as rising interest rates. When we're seeing the cost of borrowing going up, no one's going to want to be going out and spending big money on expensive cars such as Tesla. So we may see increased competition from the likes of Ford and General Motors, as well as, newcomers into the electric vehicle space in China. They, for its part, Tesla has said that it faced issues when it came to COVID, as well as supply chain, and many investors fearful that Elon Musk's focus is instead on Twitter rather than Tesla.
Katie Silver there. Well, let's talk about that. From Tesla to Twitter, another one of billionaire Elon Musk's companies, as Katie was saying there. But his takeover of the social media platform hasn't, of course, been the smoothest ride. Our tech editor Zoe Kleinman looks back on the story.
Like him.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the richest man in the world.
Or loathe him. It's been quite the year for Elon Musk.
It sounds like some of them people you fired are in the audience.
Back in the spring, he made a $44 billion offer to buy Twitter, claiming he could unlock its potential. Then followed months of will he, won't he over the deal, as he tried to back out and Twitter tried to force his hand. In October, he announced it had gone through with this video. "Let that sink in," he tweeted. In his typical headline-grabbing style, his only other appearance at that time was at a celebrity Halloween party. What quickly followed was a very public and at times brutal round of layoffs. Around 50% of Twitter's workforce fired.
Tonight at 10, questions about Twitter's future direction as the world's richest man finally seals the deal.
At first, many were unsure whether they still had a job or not.
So the message that I'm getting is still at the moment risk of redundancy. But when you're locked out of all your systems and your laptop and your access has been revoked to everything, it kind of feels like that's just a formality or something.
Those who've worked with Musk in the past say he was doing what he's always done.
Elon wants his companies to be the top 1% of talent. So if he takes over any company, my guess is he's going to can 70% of the people. And he said it very openly. You're going to work super hard.
And that wasn't the only controversy. Musk's next big idea was to charge a monthly $8 fee for a blue-tick account profile, previously used as verification. It did not get off to a great start, with some impersonating official accounts.
You've got an official Pepsi account with the blue tick saying, tweeting, Coke is better. You had
This spooked some of those who advertise on Twitter, the social media site's primary source of income.
Activist groups pressuring major advertisers to stop spending money on Twitter. This is despite us doing everything possible to appease them.
But the new chief twit, as he dubbed himself, doubled down on his original plans, saying it was the only way to rid Twitter of fake accounts and bots. Critics say his changes could lead to hate speech flourishing.
Now to the latest on Twitter and its billionaire owner Elon Musk. Now he says that he will abide by the result of a poll of Twitter users and step down as CEO of the online platform, or chief twit as he describes himself, once he's appointed a replacement.
Throughout 2022, the primary source of news about Twitter has been Elon Musk's own tweets, at all times, day and night. Whatever 2023 holds in store for him, he'll be sure to tell everyone about it, whether you want to hear it or not. Zoe Kleinman, BBC News.
Now, the head of the International Monetary Fund believes a third of the global economy will be in recession this year. Kristalina Georgieva says 2023 will be tougher than last year as the US, EU and China see their economies slow. Janet Mui, head of market analysis at RBC Brewin Dolphin, explained some of the major challenges the global economy is currently facing.
Basically, the global economy will be all affected because, as you mentioned, the major economies like the US, which is the biggest economy, the second largest economy, which is China, they're all affected, and the Euro area as well. But actually, in particular, the UK is expected to perform the worst in 2023 because not only are we suffering from the cost of living crisis, which basically many people around the world is suffering, but we're also seeing austerity, which means that people are seeing taxes rising. So that would curb people's spending. Overall speaking, emerging markets, which are developing economies, they rely a lot on the consumption of the Western world. So if the Western world slows, the emerging market also slows as well. So that's a global synchronized slowdown we are talking about.
In other news, Dubai has scrapped its 30% alcohol tax. They will also stop charging for personal alcohol licenses. These are licenses residents who want to drink at home must have. The country has been easing its laws for a while now, such as allowing the sale of alcohol in daylight during Ramadan. This latest move may make the city more attractive to foreign tourists. Almost 4 out of 5 new cars sold in Norway last year were battery-powered, with Tesla the top-selling brand for the second year in a row. Seeking to become the first nation to end the sale of petrol and diesel cars by 2025, oil-producing Norway has until now exempted battery-powered, fully electric vehicles from taxes imposed on rivals using internal combustion engines. That global economic slowdown will weigh on Singapore's growth this year, according to the government. That's despite the country reporting that its economic recovery in 2022 did better than it projected. Advanced estimates released by its trade ministry showed GDP growing by nearly 4% last year. That's it. Thanks for watching.
Hello, thanks for joining me. Let's get a check on the weather now around the globe.